Jordan Henderson's World Cup is over after a freak celebration fall at England's training base in Atlanta left him with a significant ankle injury, and sources close to the squad insist he blamed Thomas Tuchel's fitness staff on the way out of camp. This wasn't just some unfortunate accident. This wasn't a simple mishap. This wasn't bad luck. This is serious. Nothing like this has ever been seen days before the start of a World Cup. A veteran midfielder ruled out by a celebration gone wrong, then allegedly pointing the finger at the backroom team as he packed his bags. And there's a detail the FA still hasn't confirmed publicly. Jordan Henderson reportedly refused to attend the squad's farewell dinner the night before his departure, leaving teammates stunned. And the worst still hasn't come out. Over the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly what happened and why this turns England's World Cup upside down. Because when this happens less than a week before England's opening match, it's not just any problem. Jordan Henderson has over 80 caps. He's been to World Cup semi-finals. He's led this squad through tournaments. Losing him hurts tactical depth. But what's worse is the fallout. Sources say the dressing room is split. Thomas Tuchel is facing questions about preparation standards, and behind the scenes, it's worse than it looks. Here's where everything went wrong. During a training session at England's World Cup base in Atlanta, Jordan Henderson was involved in a small-sided drill. His team scored the winning goal. Henderson celebrated with exaggerated enthusiasm, throwing his arms up near the technical area. That's when he slipped on freshly watered turf. The fall looked harmless at first. Teammates were still laughing. Then Jordan Henderson clutched his ankle and the laughter stopped. He couldn't put weight on it. Staff rushed over, helped him off the pitch, and within hours, scans confirmed the damage was severe enough to end his tournament. But what happened next shocked everyone. According to reports circulating, Jordan Henderson didn't just accept the injury quietly. Sources present claim he immediately blamed England's fitness and groundsmanship staff, allegedly saying the surface conditions were dangerous and that the setup was amateur hour. That same evening, the flashpoint came. Jordan Henderson, still on crutches and awaiting final results, met with Thomas Tuchel and Dr. Mark Gillett in the medical room at the team hotel. Henderson reportedly repeated his grievance, insisting FIFA standard facilities were promised and that the pitch had been dangerously slick. Thomas Tuchel tried to de-escalate, reminding him the injury was accidental and every precaution had been followed. But sources say Jordan Henderson cut him off, claiming the staff should have known better and that his World Cup dream had been stolen by negligence. The room went completely silent. Dr. Mark Gillett reportedly left without responding. Declan Rice, called in as captain, stood by the door, unsure whether to intervene. By the next morning, Jordan Henderson had packed his bags and left camp with minimal interaction. Here's where the story takes another turn. This didn't come out of nowhere. Jordan Henderson's recall to the England squad after years in Saudi Arabia had already been delicate. Younger midfielders like Kobbie Mainoo and Elliot Anderson were pushing for minutes, and sources suggest Henderson felt he had to prove his worth daily. Whispers of frustration over reduced training involvement and age-related management had been circulating for weeks. Some in the camp allegedly felt Jordan Henderson was overly protective of his status and quick to assign blame when things didn't go his way. The celebration incident was reportedly the culmination of simmering tension about his role. And hold on, because the most controversial detail I've saved for the end. The dressing room is divided. Jude Bellingham and a handful of senior players reportedly feel sympathy for Jordan Henderson, believing his frustration is understandable, even if poorly timed. Declan Rice, meanwhile, is allegedly privately irritated, viewing the blame game as a distraction England cannot afford days before the opener. Kobbie Mainoo and younger players are keeping their heads down, but know the spotlight has shifted to them. Thomas Tuchel has made no public comment, but sources suggest internal discussions are tense. The FA remains silent. Social media erupted within hours, with supporters split. Some see Jordan Henderson as exposing deeper organizational issues, others as bitter and unprofessional. Jordan Henderson's departure leaves England with one fewer experienced midfielder, forcing Thomas Tuchel to rely more heavily on Kobbie Mainoo, Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham. Tactical flexibility is reduced. The controversy has created a media storm threatening to overshadow preparation. FIFA rules allow England to call up a replacement before the first match, but no decision has been announced, and the clock is ticking. England's opener is less than a week away. Now Thomas Tuchel is caught between two bad decisions. If he publicly backs Jordan Henderson's complaint, he risks throwing his own staff under the bus and creating doubt about England's preparation standards on the eve of the tournament. But if he dismisses Henderson's concerns outright, he alienates a respected senior figure and opens himself to criticism if more details emerge. What almost nobody noticed was this. Footage from the training session allegedly exists, captured by England's internal media team, but has not been released, and sources say it shows the surface conditions more clearly than anyone has admitted. Fresh reports suggest Jordan Henderson sent a private message to a senior FA official outlining his grievances in detail. And that message has not yet been made public. This is the weight of what just happened. A Veterans World Cup ended in seconds, and the fallout threatens to fracture the squad before a ball is even kicked. And look, this is far from over. This is the information circulating so far. Over the next few hours, new details should trickle out, and they could turn this whole story upside down. So for you, was Jordan Henderson right to call out England's staff? Or did he let personal disappointment cloud his judgment at the worst possible time? Let us know in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss the next major development, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because when this fully breaks, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last.